Alright, so in this tutorial I'm gonna go over how to make this, and also, I've attached, I'm using these clouds from Adobe Stock. I highly recommend using them. They look really nice, super nice. They also came with these little water droplets, which I've already prepped them, meaning, for example, like this, they're named, right? Two different styles. They're TIFFs, and they have transparency. They are of really good, high quality. So I did go through some, prepping for them to get the best asset quality. So I highly recommend using them. This one and this one, and the water droplets. Here they are, very nice. And this is one of it. This is the other one. So it's different style, and the other one. So they're different styles altogether. They're not duplicates. Little details like this does make a difference. Just like this and this, they're not duplicates where they're reversed. There's subtleties to them. I couldn't find a third one, so I'm just resorting to these two. And it's in this scene. And one of the things I did was where, well, obviously we have the transparency, right? See this? But at the same time, there's a couple of things going on. I have it so that this cloud, when it, oh, isn't it? Oh, look what that's doing. Oh, right. This here. It's because of the gradient wrap. Huh. You'd figure that it would follow it. But it doesn't. This thing has to be, it won't let you lock on the gradient. You'd figure it would follow the complete gradient, but it's set to the interesting. Huh. Whatever, it still works. Just gotta micromanage some things. If you decide to move it, which I'll talk about. Whatever, man. It's a little bit annoying. So, also the water droplets, I have them pick whipped so they follow the cloud like that. Only thing does not follow, as you can see with the gradient, is that, like I previously mentioned, this is the gradient wrap, which I've taught previously during the first week. Remember the gradient wrap? And this is the start and end of the wrap, where you can see it, see? So this can be animated, which is neat, right? This is the gradient, I repeat. This is the transparency gradient, right? Which I'm also going to explain. But this here, see here? This is see-through, right? It's driving the gradation, right, in terms of the transparency, and yeah, it's basically driving the transparency. Alright, yep. Okay. So, but that's the only thing that this transparency, it will not follow with the cloud. Hence the reason why it's acting a bit funky right now, see? So that's the only drawback. There's probably a way to work around it, but I don't know right now. So what I'm going to do is kind of show it in progress. I'm going to do it to this guy right here. I'm going to first make sure nothing's selected. I'm going to click on the rectangle tool, make sure that there is no stroke, just a fill. And let's see from here, right around here, I'm just gonna, I don't know, click and drag it, maybe something like that. Make it a little bit longer than that one, and a little bit about the same width. So I made that. As you can see, this is the anchor point. It's in the middle of the canvas composition. This is where it is by default. I'm thinking, you know what? I want it to be here for several reasons. I'm gonna press V as in Victor to get out of the rectangle tool, the shape tool. Press V to get out of it. I'm gonna click on this, right? And that's this one right here. I'm gonna just zoom in. Just put it right there. You can also make it snap, but it kind of misbehaves sometimes. So I just turn it off for now. Okay, so now if I press S for scale, right, or just in general, if I grab it, why is this fucker over here? Press Y. Y is in yellow, grab it. It's not behaving right now, so I'm yelling at it. Press V as in Victor to get out of it. Jeez. Now, right, forget the scale. If I grab it, and I grab this, see what I can do? It's based off of the anchor point now. That's what I'm trying to say. So just make sure, you know, that this big chunky, you know, crosshair is over here, like that. See, right there. So that's how you make that rectangle. I want to make it so it's centered with the cloud, so I grab the cloud, which is named Cute Cloud Watercolor Style B. I'm also going to shift select the rectangle. I'm going to go in here, alignment, set it to selection, not the composition, but the selection, meaning what you're selecting, and we'll click that so it's centered. I'm going to name it, press enter. What do I want to name? Vertical gradient style. Right. For the right side. I want to put this underneath my Cute Cloud Watercolor Style B. That, because I just want to. And it should be underneath it anyway, beneath it anyway. Okay, then the watercolor style, the vertical gradient ramp, where it says right. I'm gonna, in here in the effects and presets, I'm gonna type in gradient. Right, I'm gonna choose generate, right there, generate, that category tab. Oops. Annoying. Gradient. And choose this one, gradient ramp. Double click it. There we have it. So this is starting to look familiar. Start of the ramp, start color. Ooh, kind of like that. Okay. Kind of like white too. I like that white. Whatever. So you can choose, right? So X and Y. If I pull on it, see? That is this thing over here. Right? This thing. So I can yank on it. So it makes it, you know, you can see the behavior of it. This is just to drive the color. And then this one, if I hold shift and I yank on it, see how much more white it gets? Because it's end of the ramp, this, down here, you can see it. The color is this. You can choose whatever color you want. Even this, even maybe, I don't know, like that. And as soon as you go up and down, if you do this, see it kind of sways. Has an interesting little characteristic. I'm gonna just keep it simple, like that maybe. So that's how I did that. Alright, then this vertical gradient style, which is for the right side, as it's named, I'm gonna make a copy of it. Control D. Immediately I'm gonna name it something else. I had previously named it vertical gradient opacity map. Opacity map. Right, because it's going to act as a what we call opacity, meaning the transparency of it. But this time around, I'm going to change the colors of this newly made vertical gradient opacity map for the right side, because there's also a left side, hence the importance of naming. I'm going to change the color. Instead of blue, which is what it was, I'm going to change it to white. And I'm going to change this pinkish color to black. And the reason why I did this is that in the world of design, like Photoshop, 3D, even 3D software, white will mean it's gonna be not transparent. White means it's gonna be solid and not see-through. Black means it will be see-through for the most part. Then what I need to do is make use of my useful track mat. So this track mat, not only is the track mat used for just masking and reveals, but also as a form of visual treatment of making opacities. Blah 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 blah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my vertical gradient style, right, which is basically this. I'm going to turn back on the opacity map. The vertical gradient style for the right side, I'm going to choose something to do a track mat. Number 2, vertical gradient opacity map right. And ta-da, that's what it did. But nothing happened. It does not look like this. So what I need to do is grab the vertical gradient style right, and then here, see it says here alpha matte selected, click to switch to luma matte. So luma means luminosity matte, meaning it will be based off of the gradation between white and black, right? If I click it like how I did for this, see, oh, look what happens. Bam. Ta-da. But you still see this harsh edge. So I'm going to go to my opacity map for the right side, which is now hidden. And look what happens if I get my end color, which is the end of the ramp. If I yank it up, see this little guy? What happens if I end of the ramp, which is black, which black means more see-through. See, you can animate this as well. So you could start like this, like that. I'm gonna just lift it up to here. You see how it's kind of slightly angled? That's because I had, see, done this. So you could do things like this if you want, or not. The default for the end of the ramp to make it in the middle is 960. There. You see there's a slight little tilt to this. Anyway, that's how you do that.